Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Internet Friends, the musical episode. So every
Yeah.
time there's an awkward tension, we are just gonna break out into song.
Oh God, no. I'm not. I tried singing in the car earlier, and I have not sung in a while. I am not there, and I never was. You both have heard me sing. Um,
Voice of an angel. That's
Uh,
my memory serves. So
well, I think he was going for voice of the devil at the time, but
maybe that's the problem.
yeah, it's all that vocal fry.
uh, the thing is like I feel like we have just enough talent on this show to like we could put together like a really crappy musical that's at least better than 90% of what theater kids put on the internet.
True.
100%. No question.
Yeah.
So anyway, speaking of it being a musical episode, this week's homework assignment was assigned by Bree, and Bree chose to do something that we've been talking about for months, on the show, and that was giving each other shared playlist. And so, Bree was the one who set up the rules of the assignment and what we did. So, Bree, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take it away.
We did not update the doc, so totally cool. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's last week. Okay, cool. So totally fine. We've been talking about this forever, and I think we were just kind of trying to figure out like the best way to do it. I think one of the biggest issues was that all of us use different streaming services, and we're like, okay, where do we make this playlist? And I was kind of struggling with how long I wanted the playlist to be because it was really hard for me to narrow it down, which is why I went from 10 to 15 to like, let's do 20. I think 20 is reasonable. And thankfully we had enough time to like listen to all of that. My only main stipulations on the playlist were that I believe I wanted one song that is considered your favorite song or one of your favorite songs, a guilty pleasure song that we wouldn't expect you to like, and a song that you've recently added to your rotation. So I don't exactly know how to go about this. My first thought is that because I have notes on both your playlists, and then I have a bunch of follow-up questions.
Okay.
What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to give a quick overview of what my first impressions on both your playlists, and then we'll kind of go from there. So,
Oh, this is gonna be so embarrassing.
so
I'm
gonna start with
excited.
Aaron because I am too. I'm so thrilled about this episode. So I'm gonna start with Aaron's playlist. And it's so funny because I think one of the things I recognized immediately, I was like, God, I don't know what kind of music y'all listen to, like at all. I feel like I thought I had like maybe an inclination. I was like, I have no idea what I expected, but I wanted to compliment you, Aaron. Your flow of your playlist, top notch. I feel like the way you like.
Yeah.
I started to
Ninety
curate my
percent of
playlist
it was
and then I gave
completely
up
on
it.
accident. I like put the playlist together, and I was just like, "Oh man, that was a good transition." Or it's like, "Oh, that was a good follow up to that song." I like the contrast that I came up
Yes.
with, all completely on accident, which is 90% of my art. It's literally
It
just
honestly worked super well.
It did. It
Because
did.
I feel like I start to make playlists like that, but I'm like, I feel like most people listen to playlists on shuffle anyway. So I'm like, I don't want to curate this like
I-
exact like transition between and then nobody's gonna hear it. So
I literally almost said on mine, it's best on shuffle. And then I was like, no.
see. I have the same opinion that Brie has. Just like, man, Seth really did a good job of just like making sure that this was like eclectic enough, but still felt natural.
100%.
I tried to
I was gonna say the
backload
same thing
all
about
of
his
the
playlist.
weird stuff.
Yes, I do have a comment on that in just a moment. So Aaron, your playlist, it reminds me specifically of the music I heard in high school. Is not the music that I was listening to necessarily, but it's definitely the music I heard around. I was super thrilled. I every time I hear Fat Lip, I just like lose my mind. I don't know what it is about that song. It just gets me so fucking hype, and I like forget it exists every like couple of months, and I'm like, oh, this song fucking slaps. So added to my playlist right away. Fall Out Boy, and you picked my favorite song by them. And I love the Gorillaz. Gorillaz was my favorite
Yeah.
band in high school, so that was really, really good to hear. And The only skips I had was I violently hate punk music of all kind. I think it is the worst kind of music.
I knew that about you. I knew that
yes,
about
exactly.
you. I love punk
mostly
rock
the
of
way-
all different flavors of it, so I knew that was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Correct. And I just want to preface that by like I dated a bunch of guys in punk rock bands like all through high school. So like I got that
Checks
out of my
out.
system very
No.
quickly. So it's just
No,
like
I get it.
I can't I cannot stand that music. I'm like, it's just shouting and angry and they're not even talented. What's the point? So
And that's why I love it so much. It's like that like punk is probably the genre that like is closest to me, and so especially like hardcore pop punk, like everything throughout the years, like how it's evolved, how it's changed all the way back to its roots and everything else like that. But you're absolutely right, there's a lot of like shitty punk rock, but some of that is some of my favorite. Like, so one of my biggest picks that I had on there was Minor Threat, and so like I was trying to like pick what is the one that is like I feel like representative of the genre very specifically, and I was specifically thinking is like, okay, I need an 80s hardcore. Black Flag's too obvious. Bad Brains is very specific. I was like, okay, let's go Minor Threat, because you know they're still DC based, which I moved to the DC area, and they're still like a semi grassroots punk movement, and they were very influential, and that's why I went with it. But like, I knew you weren't a punk person, despite, you know, the dyed hair and everything else like that, so I knew that was going to be a bit of a rub, but I kind of was just like, yeah, but this is my playlist.
super fair, super fair. And it's just like, and yeah, that was the only one that I was a hard skip for me because I was just like, oh, I hate this. So, but overall, I thought it was a really good playlist. There was quite a few tracks that I added to my master list because I was like, I forgot about these songs, super good. And I love to see some ska representation because in my high school, ska was like a huge thing. Like we had a lot of local ska bands, so it was just like Streetlight Manifesto. I was like, oh, I haven't heard that name in years. So
Going back to
That was
Seth's
a,
just
that
kind
was
of
a
like
good throwback too.
Yeah, going back to Seth's like backloading thing, like I literally went through, like I got to the like 20th song, and then I realized that I hadn't put any ska on here.
you gotta put some ska in there.
And so, which again is why he's like, okay, so it has to be something representative of the genre, but it has to also be a song that maybe you don't hear typically from the genre. So like, I was just like, okay, Real Big Fish is out, like all the, I was just like, okay, Streetlight Manifesto is well known enough. And like they have some sleepers in there that aren't like their big hits.
Yes, excellent choice, honestly. And I my if I had to like summarize your playlist, it's like it's probably not stuff that I would necessarily listen to on my own that I would seek out. But if I was at like at a bar or at a party and that was playing in the background, I would not be mad about it. Like it is absolutely a vibe. So really good job on that, Seth.
Hi. Hello. The person who's been screamed at by every person I've ever dated for liking weird music, evidently.
That is my favorite thing about your playlist, honestly. It is so varied in such a cool way. And one of the things that I was hesitating with my playlist was because and I don't mean this offense to either of you. I just like in general, I feel like I have met some people that don't like listening to music in other languages just because they are such lyric driven people that they're just like, I just can't understand it. And I'm just like, okay, that's understandable. But like, so I didn't put as many on mine. And it was great to see there was so many on yours. I was like, oh shit, I should have gone harder on this because like, I am such a like, as cheesy as it sounds, but I'm like, music really transcends language in a lot of ways. And I just feel like if you feel the feeling, it doesn't really matter if you can perfectly understand it.
I would like to get credit for having Selena on mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a
I
good
want
one.
credit.
We all did have at least one song that wasn't in English. That was fun to see.
Yes, I will give you credit for that. So,
we'll get to it. Let's defend our playlist later. Let's just keep with what we're going with.
Yes. And the Indian folk metal fucking slapped. Oh my god. Like the second it came out, I said, what the fuck is this? I love this. So
I love Bloodywood so much.
Yeah. So good. That was one I played back and I was like, I better listen to that again really quick just to make sure. So that was super dope. The only hard skip for me, and it was because it caused a like sensory issue for me, was the It's Halloween song.
I
That's fair. That's fair.
That song is so upsetting. Like it's because the drum is so insistent and the everything is off kilter. And like I actually had to like stop my car and switch tracks because I was like, I'm gonna crash my car. This music is so upsetting to me.
That's awesome. That's the best. I was just expecting. I hated it, so I skipped it. But like to have it have like that kind of response is amazing.
I was saying, I'm like a sensory fucking nightmare. It was so much noise, and none of it was connected. And I was just like, I was like doing like the hard like blinks. I'm just like, I gotta pull over. I gotta turn this song off.
That's awesome.
But my favorites from yours were actually I just finished your playlist a little bit ago because I had to listen to it while I was driving to work. But it was Mistake by Big Rack was really good, and then Come Down was really good. Those are probably my two favorite tracks. But also again, very well curated. I thought it was like again, I think I love this so much because like I did not know what to expect with either of your playlists, and I was pleasantly surprised. And I added a lot of tracks to my own playlist. So that is my overall summary. Both your playlists.
Mistake is my second favorite song of all time. I did a cover of it when I was in high school, like an acoustic one, and it has remained a song that I do covers of when I busk, when I'm doing whatever. I haven't busked in forever, but like I love that song and I play it all the time.
Super good. Absolutely.
All right, who wants to go next? Seth?
I really enjoyed how like I could kind of pick out all of our personalities based off of our playlists.
Yes,
like once I started going down it and seeing it, was like, oh yeah, this feels like Bree, this feels like Aaron. Really liked that. So Aaron, you and I have a much similar, more similar taste in music.
I have the same thought going into this.
Yeah. So most of the bands that you had and our artists that you had were ones that I either already listened to or have listened to a lot of in the past. Bree, there were a lot that I didn't know from yours, and I've got like 4 songs immediately that I was like, I've got to add that. I've got to favorite that. And I'm not going to be able to pronounce it because my handwriting is shit, but the Noah Cyrus song, the one at the very end of your playlist.
She's so underrated. She's really good.
That fucking slapped. The harmonies were beautiful. Glass House was awesome. Glue was great. Crazy also loved. The emotional whiplash from going from Joji to Shy Little Frog was a bit much, but
that is very, very true. I had the same whiplash.
Well, I was brushing my dog and I'm like, yeah, it's Joji. And then the Shy Little Frog starts and I stopped and looked up at my computer.
I love that song.
It's so good. I only had one skip between either of your playlists, and it was the Front Bottoms.
That is valid because that was my guilty pleasure.
That was your what?
That was my guilty pleasure, so that's valid.
Oh, right.
That's the song. That's the song where it's just like, I know this band sucks, and I know that their music sucks. So,
good. That's gonna make everything I'm about to say so much easier. I saw a TikTok a little while ago that was like, you either have an ex who is obsessed with the Front Bottoms, or you are the ex who is obsessed with the Front Bottoms. I have 3, and they were 3 in a row.
I knew
I've done my time. And I will not listen to them again.
It's why you're secretly in love with me, though.
Yeah, actually, though. But no,
obviously.
Yeah, but no, I was like, I hate his lyrics, his voice grades on my brain. I do not like this. I can do it for the show. I can do it one more time. We get to This is for the snakes. Skip. I'm out.
It is 1,000% valid. This is one of 2 Front Bottom songs that I like, and even I will acknowledge, just like, if you hate the Front Bottoms, we're good. We're Gucci. Like, we're cool. I absolutely 1,000% get it. Which is why it was my guilty pleasure pick. Just like,
I was legitimately concerned that we were going to say it was your favorite song, because I was I hate this.
Oh God, no! I don't hate myself.
I have had to
much.
pretend to like this through 3 separate relationships. I'm not doing it for you. I love
you,
man, I'm not doing it for you.
Should you? I went into this episode expecting to get roasted by both of you, so the fact that you are at least like roasting in the way that I wanted you to roast me is very like satisfying. It's like, okay, I was mentally prepared for this one.
Okay, good. But yeah, that's the only skip, and everything else, it's like, yeah, like I said, I either don't listen to it regularly or like Brie, some of these songs, it was like, oh, I haven't heard this since high school. Like
Yeah.
Taking Back Sunday was one where it was like, I had a friend who they were his favorite band and he would play it every time we were driving around
Yeah.
together. And like,
Mhm.
That was going to
So,
be one of my
and-
cuts, actually. That like just.
oh, really?
So we'll talk about that too, because I want to ask about like what didn't make it and like what would you have replaced.
That's
it
on my
with.
list of questions. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Alright,
like
good.
that was one of my cuts.
Oh, okay. I'm glad it stayed on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have for right now.
So, kind of going back to what Seth you were saying previous about you and me having similar kind of taste and like a bit more broader overlap than I feel like I have with Bree's taste in music. Basically, the main like kind of highlight notes that I had for Seth was just like experimental, highly technical, and just like gets weird.
Yeah.
And then more or less what I was expecting from you. Like I knew a Green Day was going to be in there. I like your Green Day choice, obviously.
That's my favorite song.
I was surprised to see Anderson .Paak. I actually have a funny story. So, like, I have Watsky on my playlist, and I was introduced to Anderson .Paak because he opened for Watsky on one of Watsky's
interesting.
tours that I went to back when I lived in New Mexico. So, like, I was introduced to him before he got a little bit more mainstream, which he's, like, in that weird in-between place of just, like, he has, like, a lot of sleepers in there, but he has had mainstream success. Like, he's done stuff with Bruno Mars and, like, other commercials kind of success. But you picked
Yeah.
something that I thought was, like, really good. And, like, I have a hit-and-miss relationship with Anderson .Paak, but I was really glad that you
Same.
had that one. Brit City Sinners, that was a one I love having a little bit of folk, kind of modern folk punk in there. Like, I appreciated
Bridge City
that a
Sinners
lot.
are my favorite band right now. I listen to them multiple times a week.
Yeah. Going back to Bree's thing, Bloodywood was very, very good. Very good pull. I loved that one. That was very fun.
So good.
I can't get fucking pills out of my head.
Yo, I love pills.
That has been literally playing in my head all week. I was just like, motherfucker.
Annie Clark, she is a genius and a phenomenal guitar player too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was just like, this is get this out of my head. And I kind of agree with Brie on the skip. It's Halloween. I was expecting Metalocalypse, Death Clock. I appreciated seeing Zappa and Tom Waits. Those were actually really good pulls. Ones I actually love that you put Baby Metal on though.
Put what on there?
Baby Metal.
Oh yeah, Baby Metal.
Oh yeah.
I unironically love Baby Metal.
Same.
Completely
Same. They're so
unironic.
good.
And
They-
my favorite thing about them is how everybody, like, there's people in the metal community who just like rage about them, and like, yes, I know they're like commercial K-pop, but it's just like, this is fun. This is just so
It's so
fun.
good.
It's super fun. Yeah.
It's just so
Yeah.
fun. I was like, why do you hate Joey so much?
Yeah.
And then
well,
I-
how can you hate a metal song written about bubble gum or chocolate
Right.
or doing karate?
Like if I worked at my local H Mart, I would literally have Baby Metal playing the entire time.
Why not?
Or
Yeah.
not. And then I like how you ended it with your religious trauma.
Yeah. Oh, that soundtrack though is so good.
Oh yeah, it's
It
so
actually
good.
is very good.
It is very good. And then Brie, so yeah, Bree's, like you said, like obviously you and me probably have the most, like, this is not stuff I would actively choose to listen to. But the kind of main notes I had is like airy, ethereal, and kind of floaty was kind of the vibe
Yes.
all throughout. They all have
Yeah.
that same kind of like vibe going throughout it. And that's definitely not my vibe whatsoever. But I was just like, this is definitively Brie. This is Brie to a T, for the most part. And so, yeah, I really liked it. And if I was in that headspace, these are definitely things that I would have on there. I love Dochi. So that's obviously probably my favorite out of your playlist very easily, which
That
I
song
don't
is
think
so good. So
It is.
I'm bummed because it was so memeified, and I'm just like, this song is actually so fucking beautiful though, and I'm sad that
Yeah.
people just like made a big joke
Meme
out of it. I was
it.
like, no, it's really good though.
I appreciate that
I-
she gets a lot of pull from the meme community, but her music is just
Mhm.
genuinely good. Like, she's really good, especially in the space
Yeah.
she's operating in. And yeah, I think the biggest appreciation is like, because like I feel very like going back to mine, feeling very nostalgic in time and place, which is kind of, I did that semi intentionally. I was really looking forward to Bree's playlist because, like, I feel like there's a big gap in more modern music that I'm just like completely missing because it doesn't match my vibe, and I realized that I am old man yelling at cloud.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't think of any major skips. I did skip on the beach, the one from Death Stranding. That one kind of like, okay, this one is maybe a little bit too.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
bummer because Caroline, I will say that was a tough one because I like her so much as an artist and I didn't know which song to pick. That song just came out and it kind of fit the airy vibe, but I get why you wouldn't like it. Her voice is stunning though. She's
Yeah, no,
extremely
I was
talented.
just about to say she has a beautiful voice.
Yeah, no, like it, like I again, it matched the vibe. It just didn't like resonate with me. I was surprised
sure.
to see Arctic Monkeys, and it's also like an Arctic Monkey songs that
I
I
love
don't
Arctic
like.
Monkeys. What?
That was
505
good to
is so
see.
good. That's incorrect.
No, that's fine. I'm entitled to be wrong.
As long as
He
you're
put
aware
the
of it.
front bottoms on his playlist. He knows he'll be wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So I already told you guys what my guilty pleasure was, so because Seth called me out on it, rightfully so. Bree, what do you think Seth's guilty pleasure is on his playlist?
I'm like, I have to actually like physically pull up the playlist. I'm like, I don't even know if I know what
I have
mine
literally
is.
all three of us literally on my monitor right here,
Right.
so I can like go back
It's
and
like,
review.
shit, hold up.
That's smart. I need to do that.
Maybe Caravan Palace or maybe it is the religious trauma one. I feel like those are both equally like, is it neither?
No, it's Caravan Palace.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
the
I can
only
see
song
that.
I listen to by them.
They all kind of sound like that, to be honest. So I
Oh,
feel
do
like,
they?
I feel
Okay.
like- yeah.
I was
it's
about
like,
to say,
honestly-
I listened to, I don't know much about them, but like I was just like, yeah, no, this seems like Seth.
Yeah. The music video for that is incredible. It is. It's like a bunch
I
of
think I've seen that.
it's the animals that go to a club and then all start killing
Yes.
each other, the
Mhm.
cats and the wolves.
Exactly
And
what I
there's
was
that
thinking of.
antelope dancing like covered in blood at the end.
Very
I
good.
figured that's where you knew that from. The
Yeah,
music
all
video
right.
is very good.
All right, so what's Bree's guilty pleasure? That's
Yeah,
a
that's a good
question.
Let me open her playlist.
You guys are kind of hard because like every single song you guys had, I was just like, yeah, this seems like them.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, nothing here is standing out enough for me to be like, is this?
Like, there's not even like, because like with me at least, I knew like I picked an artist that's shitty, so like it was easy to point out it being there. But
Yeah.
Bree doesn't have one that I kind of like instantly go like, oh, this is the one she feels like guilty pleasure about. Maybe one of the
Yeah.
weekends.
Oh no, actually, it's funny you say that because that's my favorite song of all time. "High for This" is my favorite song. So if that might surprise you, but I adore that song.
Oh, that was
so
a very good one. That is a very good one.
that's like, and I'm just gonna go on a small tangent, but like. I don't know quite how to describe this, and I will say I feel like my playlist is also very different in the sense that like I am a dancer, so I think because I do
Oh, yeah.
dance, like I listen to
liter-
music
liter-
super
Literally, my
differently,
note was like with the flowy, airy, all that stuff is just like, oh, this is all stuff that I feel like she's like planned out a choreographed dance to in her head at one point in time or another. Not that you've danced to them, but
100%.
you've definitely like put together something in your head that you want to try and do.
100%. So, and yeah, I think especially "High for This," that's one of those songs that like I can get very lost in. Like, I feel like I just lose my mind for like the duration of that song, and then I'd like in a good way, like in a positive way, and then it's a stunning song. But I think probably I'm gonna go with. I think Snow Wife is probably my guilty pleasure, because her
Okay.
music is like really filthy, and like I don't tend to like stuff like that. Like the song I was gonna put on there is called "Fuck," but I decided not to because I like this one's a little more fun. But I probably Snow Wife, although honestly I think she's great. It's just like a little
Yeah.
more crass than I would go towards.
Yeah, I had that
Okay.
with the Kalani and the Snow Wife. It was just like, I mean, this seems a little raunchy for Brie, but like, it's just like, yeah, she does the pole dance thing, so I could see like this is something that she's around often enough to where it's just like, and we're all pretty sex positive and desensitized, so like, it didn't really register to me as being a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it was tough because I feel like it was kind of hard to like look at myself and be like, well, what do they think that I wouldn't listen to? Because I'm like, I don't know what you think I might listen to. So I was
I
really having
know.
a hard time with this one.
That was the thing with me too. It was just like I've got so much that I listen to. I don't know. After the first couple songs, I think you both will be ready for, oh, he just listens to fucking everything.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
so what do I put here that would stand out?
I think Bree's the only one who had kind of a consistent vibe throughout. Like, just like, again, going back to like kind of like this is something that she's thought about dancing to at some point. Like that there's the vibe in there. So like that was all pretty consistent. Mine and Steph's are a little bit more all over the place because like we jump around in genre. We tried kind of like having a little bit things here and there. But yeah, so I guess the next question. Now, I guess I should guess what was Steph's favorite song. That's a tough one.
I said earlier what my favorite song is.
Did you?
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I just missed it.
Oh, I just went right past both of you. Glad to know you both listen so well when I talk. Great
You're
friends.
just so talky all the time.
At some point, we
yeah.
got to
So
turn
many
it off,
words.
Sash. We can't.
Yes. So go ahead, humor me. What was your favorite song?
Letterbomb.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I figured it would be that one, but I wanted to like kind of like go through everything else. It's just like maybe I'd be surprised what he considers to be his favorite because that one to me was the obvious choice.
No, actually, it's Danger Tits was my favorite song.
That would not surprise me actually.
No. But no, it is Letterbomb. I love that song.
All right. So Steph, what do we think Bree's favorite is?
She
I
told
did
us.
also just say
Oh
it.
yeah, she already
Yeah.
said that. She said that was high for this. That's true.
It's high for this. Although I will say it does very much change, but I see like that one's the most consistent because that song
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
like
I
very
mean,
cool.
like
So
saying your favorite song is like it's one of those things. It's just like, well, what person am I this week?
Yeah.
yeah, what's
Which
what's
person-
the moon
which-
phase? Yeah.
It's like which
Are my
what's-
antidepressants working?
Yes, exactly.
Well, clearly my favorite song is "Antidepressants" by Baby No Money.
That's a great song. That's a
It's
good
not.
tune.
Very
It's
fun.
not my favorite. It's my newest to rotation, obviously, because it's probably the most modern
Ah.
one that I have on my list.
That's fair.
Um,
That's the question that I had the hardest time with, because I actually haven't listened to any new music in like the
Ye-
last
I
year
have
and a
the sa-
half.
I had the same thing. It's why I went with Baby No Money because like M enjoys them, and I enjoy him. He's very fun. He's very funny. He's just kind of
Hot.
having a good time. Yep, that's true. Like
So hot. Unreasonably hot.
he's
It's weird how
cosplay?
attractive he is.
he's
Yeah.
on mine and Emily's threesome list. So obviously, we're just like,
Snaps.
Understood.
Yeah.
but yeah, what do you guys think is my favorite song then? Because I don't think
Oh,
I've
shit.
told you.
Let
I
me
don't
look.
think so.
Is it Fat Lip?
No, good
Okay.
guess.
I was
It's a good guess. Sum 41 was my favorite band, like when I was a wee child.
I was gonna go with Private Eye just 'cause it's the first one I looked at. So
You got it.
okay.
That was my second choice because I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
it's right there at the start. It's going to be probably the first one you thought of.
Yeah, no.
Mhm.
I've become a very big Alkaline Trio over the years because I think they hit like just the right blend of all the different genres and music that I kind of like in the right way. I'm a big Matt Skiba fan. I think California, when he was filling in Blink-182, is actually my favorite album from Blink-182, and all
Oh, wow.
Blink-182 fans hate that album, so that just makes me just be like, yeah, fuck you guys.
I was surprised you didn't have any Blink in your playlist.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, I know I like Blink, but it was one of those things where it's just like they're a little bit too big or main. Like, it's just like I didn't want them
Immature.
represent that too, amongst other things.
That's been a
But,
skip for me for sure.
but like, no, I've always said, like, especially with going back to like California being my favorite Blink album, it goes back to like I'm a much bigger Alkaline Trio fan than I am a Blink-182 fan. To
That's
be
fair.
completely honest. So yeah, that's why I kind of chose that as my favorite. And then, so yeah, we've already hit all three of mine. So what's new to Bree's rotation?
It was folded actually. So
Oh,
because
That
I
makes sense. That makes sense.
that song was just released, and I want to say a couple of quick things about that. One, Kalani's a badass. She's actually gotten uninvited to a lot of events for being very pro-Palestine, and she has been
Hey.
fucking standing on business the entire time. She is been posting about it from the beginning, continues to stand on business with that. She's fucking awesome. And also I just like the concept of that song because the whole like vibe is just like going through a breakup, but you still fold his clothes, kind of hoping that that door is a little still open. Like, it's not like you threw his stuff on the curb and it's like, fuck you, I want you out. It's like, well, if you want to, come pick this up and maybe I'm wearing a cute outfit when you get here, maybe just like, I'm just like, I feel like that's not that kind of uncomfortable feeling is not something I've heard about like a lot in like a song. And and it was also just beautiful R&B vibe. So that was a new one for me and she just fucking rocks. So
yeah, that was a good song.
Very pretty. Right. And Seth, did you pick one? That was because I know you said this was the hardest one for you.
I ended up going with Paula Carolina. Because she's the one I started listening to the most recently, okay. I think. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Shrine, the German pop thing.
Oh
yeah. No, that was one where I was just like, yeah, okay, this seems like on par for Seth, but it was probably the one that stood out the most for Seth's playlist, which is probably the most eclectic of the three of us, to say the least.
100% in the best way.
What was the song that you guys found surprising on everybody's playlist? I already told Seth's Baby Metal.
Honestly,
I wasn't surprised as much
Arctic
as just
Monkeys.
Like happy to listen to it. Yeah, Arctic Monkeys, My for Brie.
Oh, I love Arctic Monkeys. Also,
they're great, but after the rest of the playlist, I wasn't expecting that vibe.
It was one of my last, because I will say towards the end, it was so hard because I mean, making those final cuts, I fucking agonized over those last songs. Yeah. So I think that was one of my last add-ons.
Yeah, that was one of the things, like once you start getting to the end, like you start, and we'll talk about like how we put these together a little bit later, but definitely was a problem.
I had such a hard time keeping it at 20. I kept coming back to the playlist and being like, oh shit, I'm at 25 now. Okay.
I didn't worry. How I did it is I was just actively cutting things as I went until I got to 20, and then once I got to 20, I stopped.
That's fair.
That was probably the smart move.
Which, again, goes back to just like, there's a couple of things on here I wish I changed, but we'll talk about our cuts and what we would have put in instead.
Same.
Yeah.
I think for you, the most surprising one I have is Bitty Bitty Bomb Bomb.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That is the one that stands out the most, I would say, as far as vibe goes. But growing up in New Mexico, especially in a primarily like Hispanic area, Selena is literally worshipped as a goddess actively to this day. Like, you can't go to the state fair and you'll see like the straight up cholo guys with the shaved head and the Oakley sunglasses, but they're wearing an airbrush Selena shirt the entire time with no shame. Like, she is the patron saint of that area by far. And so, you can't live in New Mexico and not love Selena. You will get stabbed.
I thought that was your guilty pleasure song, to be honest. Like, I was just
I will never feel guilty about listening to Selena. Anything for Selena.
Super fair.
Anything for her.
I thought you guys were gonna say Return of the Mac.
That was my second choice.
Oh no, that was actually great.
I love that song so much.
It was placed so well too. Like, the second it came out, I was like, okay, all right.
Well, especially because it follows Minor Threat on my playlist. So like, Bria, I'm assuming you're just like, oh god, skip, and then it's just like Return of the
And then I was like, okay, all right.
All right. She's just like, I'm out. Fuck this playlist. I'm back in.
It was a great palate cleanser for sure. I was like, okay, all right.
Again, that's one of those things that I didn't do on purpose, but like once I saw it was there, it's just like, oh no, that's perfect. Go straight from punk rock Minor Threat to like just absolute like dance room anthem.
Chef's kiss. That was beautiful. Oh goodness.
Yeah, but yeah, for Bria's more or less, I think Arctic Monkeys was the one I was most surprised to see.
Yeah. They're great. They always will be. So
and it's a great song.
A deep cut of them. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Bria, do you have any other kind of questions that you want to go for, or anything topic?
Yes. So, something that I wanted to ask right off the bat, and I don't know if you changed it for this listening experience. How long will you listen to a song before you choose to skip it? Like, are
Ooh.
you like, I like it'll be immediate like the second you're like, okay, I don't think I like this, done, or like will you be like, okay, I'll listen to it for like 30 seconds, or like do you have like a golden rule of like how long you will listen to something before you decide this isn't for you?
It
For this,
depends.
I other than front bottoms, I didn't skip anything, and I was like, I'm going to listen to
Valid.
them from start to finish.
Absolutely
Yeah.
valid.
Um, in my regular day-to-day life, I think it depends, because there are sometimes where I'm really vibing with a verse, and then the chorus starts, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. All right, next song.
Mm.
And so there's no real golden rule for me in that
Yeah, fair.
sense.
Yeah, it depends on the context. I kind of treated this as like an album listening thing of like first time listening to an album, so it was just like everything gets a fair shot no matter what. Like
Mhm.
even if I don't vibe with it inherently, it's like I want to appreciate the album, or in this case the playlist, for like what it is.
Mm.
And everything else in regular everyday, like everything's on shuffle listening, it totally depends on vibe. Like I can like it could be like a song that I've listened to a million times and enjoyed, but it's just like I don't want to be listening to this while I'm in the car, or I don't want this on while I'm trying to clean my apartment type thing. But
Yes.
but like sometimes that's just vibe and not less like, oh, I hate this song. There are those songs out there that are like absolutely like F this, skip, but
Sure.
I don't think there was anything inherently that we had that I immediately felt that. I do think, Bree, for your playlist, going back to like this isn't my vibe, so like it took me a while to kind of get into the headspace. But other than that, like yeah, and like with Seth stuff, like he gets into like the really hyper technical stuff on a couple of his things, and so like when I'm in there, it's just like, okay, I just have to appreciate like how the song was constructed, because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's more than fair. I feel like and yeah, very similar. Honestly, I purposely listened to both your playlists like while I was driving, just because like I
Yeah.
wanted to like sit and listen to them and not have the option to skip unless I really thought I needed to. Again, like if I was having like a sensory nightmare or something, just for random
Yeah.
example. But like
Again, referring
speaking-
to listening to Minor Threat.
exactly. Pull over, crash the car. But like I honestly like I really like finding new music. It's one of the few things I miss about Spotify. I actually really like the Discover Weekly because it just introduced me to new stuff all the time, because there's just so much good shit out there in a bunch of different genres, and I'm open to most of it. But I generally speaking, I try to give a song a minute to convince me, because I some songs just have like long intros, or maybe the chorus is where it really comes together. There's very few songs where I'm just like, okay, I cannot listen to any more of this. So,
Yeah.
which we might talk about in a little bit, but that's for me. But, you talked about this a little earlier, Aaron, but I am interested what your last cuts were for your playlists. What were your...
Yes. So it was less last cuts and more like, yeah, I could have done this instead of that. I could have picked this instead of that. So like a lot of stuff that I had was like specifically like, okay, certain songs have to be representative of a genre or an artist discography and like all that kind of stuff. 'Cause,
Yeah.
again, going back to it being like 20 songs, it's just like, okay, I only have so many options, so I have to pick something that is representative of that thing, even though there's maybe other things there. Like I said, Taking Back Sunday was like on the edge for it. And because I was just like, I could have done Census Failed, I could have done A Day to Remember. I think for Flogging Molly, it's just like, okay, I need a folk punk thing on here, but I was just like, yeah, but I could have also done a Mountain Goats or something else like that. For my classic rock pick, I went with Tom Petty just because, that's my favorite Tom Petty song, so I just went with that one.
Yeah.
A lot of my hip hop choices, Tupac was like, okay, I need a West Coast, I need an East Coast, so Wu-Tang represented East Coast, and then I need a Southern rap. I was like, okay, who do I think of when I think of Southern rap? It's just like, well, it's Outkast, obviously.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like, I didn't want to go with the obvious Outkast songs, which is why I went with Gasoline Dream. So
Excellent
like
choice,
it
yeah.
also is just like there's like a lot of things on different kind of stuff where it's just like I could take this out and put something else in very easily. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I feel like, cause like, and again, like I feel like my biggest like I should have cut this for something else. It would be Taking Back Sunday, especially since I already have like Fall Out Boy literally right before it. Like I could have easily taken that out and replaced it with something else.
That's fair.
It's a tough call. I get it.
What about you, Brie? What were your cuts, or who were the people who almost didn't make it?
So I had quite a few Cardi B on there. That was the hardest cut for me to make. I adore Cardi B. I think she's hilarious. Also somebody who stands on business. And she just seems to be having a good fucking time. And specifically the song that I had on there was I Like It, which is like half in Spanish, and like that song just fucking, that's one of those like few songs where like it doesn't matter what mood I'm in, I will always be in the mood to listen to that song. So that was one of my like really hard cuts. I don't know if either of you are familiar with the song Gnarly by Cat's Eye. It was like very okay. It is one of the worst songs I've ever heard, and I'm obsessed with it. So it's it was like, so it's like a girl group, and like I honestly, the song sounds like it was written by AI, and it is just a mess of lyrics and chorus. And I was like, I almost put it on there as my guilty pleasure, but like it's such a fucking obnoxious song that I was like, I don't want to ruin your day if this is like gonna be too much for you. I fucking love it though. It's a bad fucking song, but I would recommend listening to it after this. The choreography is also iconic. And then kind of some smaller things were I was gonna put The Format on there. The Format is a band that I loved when I was in high school. I'm actually going to see them because they're reuniting after 20 years of being broken up. I'm going to see them next month, and I'm very excited about it. But it is like such a fucking deep cut that I was like, I don't expect you to like it, because nobody knows who that band is. If you know the band Fun, it was the same lead singer, and he broke up with the Format and formed Fun. And I actually don't like Fun that much. The Format was way better.
Oh, I hate Fun. I legitimately
terrible
hate
band.
Fun.
It's a bad band. Honestly, it was such a downgrade from The Format. So that was a hard cut. And I think the last thing, actually, I love that you brought this up, Aaron, because it's something I really struggled with, and I didn't realize it until I was making this playlist. But so like Lord Huron is like, I love that band so fucking much, and Wait by the River is my favorite song by them. But I was like, okay, do I pick this song because it's my favorite, but I've also liked this band for a long time, so would it be appealing to somebody who's maybe heard them for the first time or only heard them a little bit? So I was trying to like go through all their discography to be like, okay, well maybe it's the first song I heard by them, or maybe it's like this other song that's pretty popular. So I really struggled with like, which song do I pick from them though?
I had that issue a couple times with mine as well. It was just like, okay, I know I really like this artist, but is this a good introductory to someone who maybe hasn't heard it?
Yeah.
And that was hard.
No, that was my thing with Taking Back Sunday. Like, Taking Back Sunday's Cute Without the E is like the one song where it's just like, this is kind of the obvious pick from them, but it is, in my opinion, probably their best song. So best representation of their catalog, because there's a lot of other kind of stuff in there. Also, terrible band to watch live. Don't go see Taking Back Sunday live. Don't do it.
I have heard that. I've heard they're really bad live.
They're horrible live. The singer likes to just swing around the mic. I'm pretty sure I've said this on the show before, but like he just likes to swing around the mic and not sing into it for the whole song. It's just like, for the love of God, it's a microphone. You sing into it. You don't just like swing it around by its cable. Your audio tech hates you.
2007 anymore.
Yeah, your audio tech hates you. Yeah. So yeah. So don't go see them live. Don't do that.
No, that is good to know.
Like I knew I wanted to. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think I don't know. It's tough because I like so many different kinds of music. Like Kesha's having a big revival, so I was gonna add something like that. But actually, my biggest regret is that my playlist is a little more white than I would have liked it to be. I should have added Tyler the Creator. I should have added. There was like so many after the fact. I was like, fuck, I should have added these people because I listened to them a lot. It was just like, honestly, especially like the tail end of my playlist where like, I'm glad you like Noah Cyrus because she's great, but like she was a very last minute ad just because I was like, she's underrated, but I do wish I maybe would have added like Lil Nas X is a big one too. So I wish there was more representation on there.
I had the same feeling about my playlist when it came to women, specifically. Like I was just like, I feel like I need more female representation because like I have Selena and then Kate Nash is on the ski track, but I was just like, it's a lot of dudes.
A lot of white guys here.
I mean, I had a pretty
Yeah.
good mix with all the hip hop that
Yeah,
I
you
had
did.
on there, but like,
Mhm.
Dude,
y-
I
but,
realized
like,
it as I was saying the joke that like this is inaccurate. Why are you saying
but
that?
like, but no, it's a valid criticism, and it's important to kind of be aware of those biases, like regardless of this. Like, it's just a thing. Sometimes you just don't think about it,
Yeah.
Sure.
and they
Mhm.
creep in. But yeah, no, like
That's
I
fair.
definitely had that. Was just like I feel like I could have had more female like artists that I love and I know I listen to on this,
Right,
but they
mhm.
just didn't make the cut.
Huh.
I mean, Paramore would have been a great thing to put on my playlist. There's plenty of places where I could have swapped out for Paramore.
Paramore's one where I was like, I want to put them on, but I'm pretty sure all three of us either still do or have listened to a lot
Oh.
of Paramore in our
Oh, yeah.
time.
All right,
So
oh, trust me, I'm getting. I like. Trust me, there's not a moment where Misery Business comes on my car when I'm driving and I don't crank the stereo. Like,
Yeah.
max.
so good.
Like-
That song is so good. I love when she came out several years ago and was like, "Hey, we're gonna retire the song. I feel bad about writing
I was like,
it.
I
feel
made it
weird
at a
about the
different time and
messaging."
place.
And the entire world went, "Haley, you were 17. You're fine. We don't expect like
Yeah.
perfect
We all love that
feminism."
song.
Yeah.
It's just like Haley, we love you. You're not the problem. Now blast that shit.
Yeah.
Please.
You were 17. You were a Christian. I'm not sure how that aligns with that song, but we forgive you. Like,
Well, she's spoken out a lot about some of the shit that's going on in the Christian music scene recently.
yeah, she is. And
So
good for
I appreciate her
She
being
speaks out about a
outspoken.
lot.
Again,
Did you-
that stuff.
Did either of you hear the album that she dropped on her website for 24 hours and then deleted it?
I caught snippets of it, but
No.
I missed it. But by the time it was gone, it was gone.
Yeah, that's fair. It was like a week ago or something.
Well, it's like when Wu-Tang basically we have one album that is a copy, and then it went to fucking the Skrelly bastard. And there was
Gotta
that
love
whole
that.
fucking there was that whole fucking thing. Capitalism,
I'm not
gotta
sure I
love it.
remember that.
They did Wu-Tang Clan made an album and there was only one printing of it, and like it was like supposed to be this whole big limited edition thing. There was like a contract and rules behind it.
Oh, okay.
And then the farmer bro, Martin Shkreli, who, can eat shit and die, was the one who got a
Mhm.
hold of it, and like he violated the contract of it because he wasn't supposed to be allowed to like stream it or do anything else on that. And of
Okay.
course he fucking did it.
Of course.
There was also like some weird shit in that contract that was just basically all publicity, but yeah, it was so stupid.
Gotta love it.
They forgot that Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yes, completely. Songs that I had to cut that were hard cuts was at one point in this, I had like 5 Bridge City Sinner songs. And I was like, I gotta cut this down. They Might Be Giants was a hard cut.
yeah, I can see
'cause
that for you.
Flood is one of my absolute favorite albums. And I probably could have dumped Danny Elfman for They Might Be Giants.
Yeah, I think that would have been a good swap out if you had the option.
Yeah, and then I like My Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mama, but I originally had Muffin Man here. But then I was like, no, that's not really a song as much as it is like a spoken word play. So let me put this in here instead. That's pretty much it for me.
I feel like what you just said though, I think you both may have answered this in some way or another, but was there a certain artist where you had the hardest time limiting songs for? Like where you're like, I could have made this whole playlist, this artist or this artist. Like it could have just been like these 3 or whatever. Like who was the hardest for you to limit?
That would have been
Bridge City
Alkaline
Sinners.
Yeah, it would have been Alkaline Trio and Wu-Tang for me.
For me, Bridge City Sinners and Tom Waits, probably.
Yeah, I could see
And
that.
honestly, Devin Townsend, because he does like a bunch of different projects and they're all different. So it was like, Casualties of Cool and Genesis were the ones that I landed on. But he's got ambient stuff. He's got all this other stuff that I could have just like put like overloaded with that. He was in Strapping Young Lad, for fuck's sake. Neither of you know who Strapping Young Lad
The Gutter
is. All right.
Wrestler?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what that is.
It's a really
a
heavy
movie?
metal band.
Is it a feature film? I'm like, I have to look at my playlist again. I think the obvious one is Lord Huron, because I love them so much. They're very cool westerny vibes, and like one of the things I love in music, as like silly as it sounds, is like actual genuine storytelling, and they're like one of the best in the game at it, where it's like it's literally like a beginning, middle, of end of a story. I love that. The Weeknd is a huge one too. I also 2 Feet was really hard for me, and this is gonna be a very like yeah, go ahead.
Quick aside. I wasn't looking at the screen when that song started. I was like, I said out loud, "Oh, it's like if Imagine Dragons were good." And then the guitar part came on, and I went, "Oh, this was in Arcane." Wasn't it? It was in something we watched.
No, it was.
Yeah,
I don't think it was. I will say so
It wasn't?
2 Feet you probably no, I don't think so. 2 Feet is actually stripper music. So I think if you probably heard it before, you probably heard some of his music from me. He is notoriously known for making music for strippers. So
I thought for
and
sure, maybe it's like an edit of Jinx that I saw on TikTok, and that's what's making
that
me.
is very much a
I
possibility.
can absolutely see that.
That's
So
okay.
his music's really, really good, and like honestly, there's so many I could have chosen from him, but it's like they all do sort of have a extremely similar vibe. And again, like they're meant for pole dancers, they're meant for strippers, so it's just like, and let me tell you, if I ever ask for song requests, there's I would say 70% chance that they're going to request 2 Feet. And it's very funny because he was in town recently, and I was like, I don't know how people are not going to be like fucking on that floor just because like I feel like it is
they're going to be
like,
really horned up over there.
It's all like very sexy stuff. So Joe P too. I'm so glad you like that Joe P song. Love because song, yeah. He is so fucking good, and I'm so pleased because I saw him at the Beat Kitchen in Chicago like 2 years ago, which is like it's a venue in the back of a bar. I paid like $20 to see him. He's now playing at the fucking House of Blues, and he sold out like a while ago. So I'm like so grateful that he's like he deserves the success. But I love all of his music, so good. And Woodkid too. I fucking love Woodkid. He is just like a mysterious ethereal beast, and I adore him. And he was also one of those artists that Trump took music from, and he's like, I'm literally gay in French, please don't do that.
I don't know how else to say go fuck yourself, but go literally fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna get that garbage bag dog to eat you.
And it's just like, well, at least he's like part of a long line of like Creedence Clearwater Revival and Bruce Springsteen of just like, you missed the fucking point, dude.
Quite literally.
Yep.
It's just like, I'm going to take away the music and I just want you to read the lyrics real quick.
Oh, he can't read.
Yeah, let's be real. Let's be honest. My last question I had on my list was, I would love to hear if you had any music hot takes, specifically, because I feel like it seems like in general, all of us are fairly open to music. But is there any particular band or popular song or something that you're like, I don't fucking get this? Like, the floor is yours.
I've got a hot one.
Ooh.
I don't like System of a Down. I'm sorry. And I know I'm wrong.
Oh.
I know I'm wrong. I've never vibed with their music. I've like, I don't know. When Serge went out on his own and released a solo album, I was like, oh, I kind of fuck with the single. I got the album and I was like, oh, I don't like this at all. It's more of the same. I know I'm wrong, but I don't like it.
Yeah, okay.
I have next to no opinion about that. I feel like I if I heard the song by them, I'd be like, oh yeah, I recognize that, but I wouldn't seek it out. So I think that's fair.
Yeah, I can't fault you for that stuff because I have the kind of like I was just like I like a lot of System of the Down songs, but there's just like the ones that I like aren't the ones that are popular and like. Go ahead.
I know I have a second hot take, but I want you to finish your thought first.
But yeah, no, it's just like again, like that's one where it's just like I can't fault you for that one. I'm just like yeah, all right. Go ahead.
I also don't like Nirvana, but that's mostly their singles. I think they're overplayed, and there are Nirvana songs I like, but it is at a point now where if they come on the radio or shuffle or whatever, I change.
Yeah. No, I like Nirvana, but like I definitely was like, it's just like, yeah, that's not really the vibe I'm going for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
get that.
I needed to piss you off with front bottoms though. I needed to give you
Yeah.
I needed a reaction out of you.
Oh my god, dude! I was coming back from the grocery store after listening to your playlist, and I was like, I went that rant that I did earlier, the
Yeah.
entire drive, just me alone in the car, just ranting about the front bottoms to no one.
I forget what song I was trying to piss Brie off with, though. I know I was trying to piss her off, but I don't remember which one I chose. I think it was supposed to be Fall Out Boy, but she said
Let me
that she liked
know.
she said she liked the Fall Out
Oh,
Boy
that's
option.
my fucking favorite Fall Out Boy song. It's their best song in my opinion.
It's their best album too.
Yeah, it's their best album and
Yes.
their best song, objectively. I think we're all in agreement here.
Yeah.
They're from Chicago. What do you mean?
I have 2 Chicago bands on my playlist.
She's contractually obligated to like them.
I was about to say, I made a Chicago playlist for you, Brie. There's 2 Chicagos on here.
Well, I feel so represented.
I don't think there's any Colorados.
Oh, it's because no one's from Colorado, unless you like 303.
They're all
Which-
from Chicago.
Yeah. No, there's a record store that I go to here where they have a section of Colorado bands, and it's all people who lived here for a brief period and then moved somewhere else to get signed. It's like
Fair.
That's actually a thing with the hip hop scene out here in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, where it's just like nobody has made it big from the DMV because they all had to go somewhere else to hit it big.
yeah, I believe it. Some cities are just like that, you know.
Yeah.
You're there to earn your chops, not to get signed.
Exhibit is actually from New Mexico. Like he has family out in Albuquerque, and but he had to go to California to get onto the West Coast scene.
Yeah, I see that.
And then he
Aaron,
just
did you have
fucked
a
up
hot
people's
take?
cars. Oh god. I don't know because I'm trying to think. So are we going for more of a I unironically love or I unironically hate? Because like Seth went with the hate route.
But I'm a very
Either or.
hateful
I think,
person.
why not?
You have
Yeah.
more love in your heart than I do.
That's a stretch. Did you listen to my playlist?
Not true. That was another take I had. It was like, oh yeah, Brie definitely doesn't have just the anger that Aaron and I have when
That is
creating these
true.
playlists.
That was actually one of my thoughts.
Okay,
It's
so
just
not true though.
It's not when you listen to
think
the lyrics.
crazy
It's
is-
not. Yeah.
yeah, no, but no, I definitely was just like, it's just like, listening to your guys' stuff, I was just like, God, I really have a lot of anger issues, don't I? I have a lot of mental
Honestly, I
progression.
love that. That's why I put Crazy on there, because like that song makes me rage in a very positive way, because I'm like, I am a deeply angry person, but like I let it out in like songs like that where I'm just like, let me lose my mind for about 3 minutes and then it'll get it out of my system, and then it's like back to floaty fun stuff. So back to Shy Little
And
Frog. So
And that's why you're the most mentally stable and healthy of the three of us. Is because you know how to compartmentalize.
as far as you know,
That's true. I only really talk to you here.
very contained on purpose.
I got
Yeah.
one good hour I can give every 2 weeks.
I think
And we are cutting close on that.
yeah, but like as far as music hot takes go, it's just like I feel so old man yells at cloud about a lot of like newer music to like it's not really fair for me to criticize it because I realize I'm the out of touch one a lot of the times.
That's
And
fair.
no, it's the children that are wrong. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Specifically.
But no, like one of the reasons I pitched this a while ago, and I'm glad Brie brought it up, is like I do want to try and like engage more with more modern music. I actually have like the shared mixes stuff with a few friends of mine, including my wife, and just like try because Emily listens to a lot more modern music than I do, and so I actually lean on her to actually hear new stuff, and like a lot of it just doesn't hit with me. But every
Yeah.
now and again, there's a thing where I'm just like, oh, that one's good. Let's put that on the playlist, or let's get that added to the rotation. But and a lot of it literally is, I think, moving to digital music making. I understand what an impact it's had in terms of making music more accessible and being able to produce music. Like Seth, you probably wouldn't be able to produce music if you didn't have the digital tools that you have.
No.
But it has made a lot of things to me just sound all very samey. Like, and kind of hollow in a lot of different ways. And that's my hot take of just like, I don't like a lot of modern music because it's lacking a certain kind of soul to it, for lack of a better term. But I also acknowledge the fact that like it has opened it up and made it more accessible. So like I have to give with that take.
Well, I think TikTok's a big contributor to that as well, because I think, unfortunately, it has allowed a lot of really good artists to be discovered that may not have been, but it also put out a lot of really undercooked artists that needed more time to be an artist and be a good artist. And now we get all this shit like that is, honestly, it's not good. It's a 30-second clip for a fucking reason.
Yeah, Baby Knows Money's biggest song was La La La. That's his worst song. He has
I hate that song. I really hate that song.
That's his worst song, but like he's put out, because like Antidepressants is like, I'm sorry, this is a banger. This is really
super fun. Yeah.
It's his best song, but it's never gonna get to the level that La 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 was, because it was just time and place on TikTok.
I actually only recently found out that he did La La La, and I was like, no, he's got so much better music than that. And that's how he got his start on TikTok.
Yeah, that's his biggest hit, and it will always be his biggest hit, despite having such better shit.
Yeah. But no, you're right. Like, another kind of old man yells at clouds thing is like Instagram and TikTok guitar players. And like you have Tim Henson, who actually is in a band and not just an Instagram or TikTok guitar player. The way he writes songs is he plays like 2 seconds of a riff, records it, plays 2 seconds of something else, records it, and then just jumbles them all together until it's a song. And it sounds like that. It sounds like a bunch of different scatterbrained ideas being thrown together. And I personally hate it, but the guitar community can't get enough of it right now. And, and it's only because of digital music production. And like you have bands that the drummers don't even write their own parts. The producer programs them all and then turns and goes, "Can you play that?" Okay, cool.
That's a big problem in a lot of punk scenes right now, is that everybody's basically just has programmed drummers. And so like even Alkaline Trio has gone through like 5 different drummers, because they're just like, we'll just get anybody to be our drummer. We don't need a guy. Go ahead.
And now that you say that, caveat, the main drumming program I use in Logic, there is an AI drummer that you just pick the genre. Like there's like, I think the one I use, I think is named Chris, and it's a punk rock drummer, and you just slide it over. And then there's a bunch of dials where it's like more complex, less complex, more fills, hi-hats. And it makes writing so much easier. And I know it's a cheat and I know I need to get away from it, but
and again, that goes
I'm
back
part
to
of the problem, is what I'm realizing while we're having this conversation.
But again, it goes back to the accessibility of it. Like, not only would you have to learn how to play drums, like having a full drum kit, having a space to record drums in the first place, and like trying to produce drums, even if you were using like a synth or anything else like that, like that's still inherently difficult to do. And
I've done MIDI programming for drums, and it takes hours and hours just to get a chorus done.
Yeah, it takes forever to do, and like that's the reason why, again, like it's just like I can't fault digital production, because it's just like it makes it accessible to people who like, it's just like, sorry, I played saxophone. Could you, like, back in the day, it's just like if I wanted to do a jazz album, it's just like, okay, well then I still need a heavier bass section. I need a drum. I need all this stuff. It's just like I can't afford all this equipment.
No.
But if I wanted to make a jazz album, I would have to do that. Otherwise, and like, not to mention, Seth, I'm sure you and me both know this. We both tried to start bands when we were in high school. How did those work out for us?
Not well.
Everybody wants to be the guitar player. Nobody wants to be the bassist.
That's where I lucked out. I had a friend who was like, "Oh, I'm bad at guitar. I'm going to move to bass," like immediately. So every band, he was my bass player. And he was the only one who was like, "Yeah, I'll play bass." Yeah.
We miss you, Travis.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Still need to get him on the show.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have Travis.
Hey.
Awesome. Actually, Seth, you reminded me of a hot take that I forgot I had. Because happens a lot on TikTok, and I don't have a specific example. But I feel like there's often a like, hey, what if we put this song with the chorus of this song, and they do a remix, and it always sounds like fucking ass to me, but people are like, oh my god, this is fucking genius. I was like, no, it just sounds like you layered two songs on top of each other, and it sounds terrible.
I don't know. The Midwest emo 50 Cent in the club actually like hits pretty hard for me though.
Some of them are good. I think most of them are not.
Most of them are not. The only ones I will defend are the ones that are done with the explicit purpose of being funny. And so they'll take like a modern song and then the backing track for the modern song and then the lyrics from like Creed. Yeah. I love that. Also,
see, that's just fun.
Yeah. Campfire. Is that what I'm thinking of? The Childish Gambino song that everyone puts on Bonfire. The lyrics to that go over everything.
Dropping like the NASDAQ.
Oh, that song's so good.
Yeah, that's a great song. Honestly, Childish Gambino was another
that's another one that I think we all could have put
on.
We all could have done Childish Gambino and all put completely different songs from different albums, and they would all still work on our playlist.
Yeah,
100%.
I feel like you could have done Bonfire, I could have done This Is America, and Brie could have like had something from Because the Internet, or like 3005, like, and they all would have.
I was gonna do Littlefoot Bigfoot.
Oh, that's a good one. That actually would have really worked on your playlist. I actually agree with you.
But sorry, Brie, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna you did. How fucking dare you? So thank you for apologizing.
It's kind of my thing.
It's fine. This might be kind of a deeper cut, but it's like I want to be careful with how I say this, but I'm like, I think a lot of like liberal leaning feminist anthems really fucking bad. The one I'm thinking of specifically is this Chinchilla is the artist, and I think it's Little Girl Gone or something. That song was very popular for a while. I think that song is so fucking bad. The girl's inflection, it sounds like she has like a mouthful of something, and I know that's not how she talks or how she sings. And if you heard the song, I think you would recognize it. It was very popular for a while. Everyone was, it's just this girl like screaming. It's shitty fucking there's a genre of like pop feminism, and it is all the worst kind of shit, and it gets recommended at the studio a lot, and I'm just like, you're still being pandered to, by the way. Just so you know, it's just from somebody else, so this is still top tier pandering. So
there's a hot take I can make. Chaperone is okay.
Oh, you know what? I will actually. Yeah, I actually agree with that. I feel like the songs I like from her. I like Pink Pony Club is a fucking masterpiece. Yeah, like that is one of the best songs that will ever be written.
And if I hear it one more time, I will jump in front of a train.
I still love it.
So now I'm gonna put together a remix of Twin Size Mattress and Pink Pony Club.
Oh God. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't like all of her stuff, so I super agree with you.
I think I just gave Seth trauma.
Yeah, that was a deep one.
No, I appreciate you saying that, because I'm just like I think she's important, and I think a lot of what she's done is important. So, although that actually might be my hottest take of all, because when you were mentioning about Nirvana, I feel the same way about like the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Selena. I'm so sorry to say that. And before anybody murders me, the thing is, they are super talented and they are very important. I just don't want to listen to it. Like, that is all there is to it.
So I recommend you not going to New Mexico anytime soon, Bray.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I have a lot of students who really, and again, super talented, very important. I'm just not gonna. It's not gonna be on my playlist. So.
Yeah. No. Oh, that's a good one. And this is basically probably just to piss off my dad. The Eagles suck.
Hey, I do like the song Hotel California. Everything else can go fuck itself.
That's the only song I know, I think. So probably for a reason.
Joe Walsh is one of the ones that this local record store puts in as artists from Colorado. He is not from Colorado. He just lived here for a couple of years and wrote Rocky Mountain High.
But you'll take it.
I won't.
Who's the guy who?
You're like, not me. Not
Who's
this
the
guy.
guy? Do you guys claim the guy who wrote Country Roads? I can't remember his first name, even though he made a song about West Virginia. But it's like John Denver or something.
We don't take One Republic, and they actually are from here. Like, which is also a name that no one has heard in 15 years, 16 years.
Yeah, easily. I was like, that's right. They were in some commercials for sure. So,
yeah.
My last two like baby mini hot takes are, and I don't think this is an ice cold fucking take, but again, I'm only mentioning it because it was very popular at my studio for a while. I think AJR is one of the worst bands on the planet, and I think that's again a very low blow. But it's like if somebody explained to aliens how music should sound, that's what that sounds like to me. It is anti-music, and I cannot stand it.
I agree with you. As a matter of fact, first time I heard AJR, it was just like, God damn it, it's fun releasing music again. Going
that's
back
super
to
fair.
Going
Honestly,
back to
very
I
fair.
hate fun.
Yes, and as you should, they're not a good band. And my very last one is that K-pop was better when it first kind of arrived in the US. K-pop now
Agreed.
is so watered down and saturated. Like my favorite K-pop band is 2NE1. They were the sister band to Big Bang, and I feel like that was like really peak K-pop. Like it was still fun. It was still like, I don't know. It was just way better than it is now. I feel like there's so many bands now that like they all sound exactly the same, and they're just pumping out these acts just hoping that one of them crosses over here. So I'm not interested in it.
I think the problem with pop music in general, and this was actually a thought I had of your playlist, is that, man, once something catches on, everybody starts sounding the same. And that's because like it is one of those things where it's just like if I like didn't look at who some of the artists were on your playlist, I would just be like, I couldn't tell you like the artists off the top of my head because a lot of stuff going back to my
playlist is that's an incorrect opinion, but totally fair. So
yeah,
my playlist, everything sounded the same.
Yeah. But no, like again, I have that with pop music where it's just like, God, like it really does just like I couldn't tell you who this artist is. Like I heard it once and then like it just kind of like it sounds just like this other thing that I heard previously. And again, that's
I feel like that with like any male with acoustic male
yes.
with acoustic
yes.
guitar.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So. Yes,
valid critique. Valid critique.
Ed Sheeran got popular and then everyone was just Ed Sheeran.
Oh yeah, I would argue all Midwest emo sounds the same.
I would agree with that
at a certain point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it. Like I will like that. There it is. It's just like it's all the same.
Well, and I'm glad you said that because I was starting to think that the problem was me, and I'm just sick of listening to whiny white men complain about their ex-girlfriends because that's a lot of metal too right now.
Yeah,
and I can't.
Yeah, no, I knew because I have such a pop punk leaning, I was very worried about that with my playlist, so I tried to like tone it down as much as I could.
That's more than fair. And I feel like one of my favorites on my list was Joe P, which is the same thing, but like I feel like he is doing something a little different, and also his songwriting is very good.
Yeah, way different. Again, he matched your vibe, which what you were going for, so I feel like it's much different.
And he's not singing in cursive like a lot of these male guitar vocalists do.
Yes, have you guys heard like the famous?
I blame John Mayer.
No, 100%. And like this was going viral on TikTok for a while, but there is a acoustic guitar version of "Hey Ya" by Outkast, and it is just the most insulting. Honestly, it's racist. It's racist to have an acoustic version of that song because, like, the point of that fucking song is the juxtaposition of the tone and the content of it. So you can't have a mopey, sad acoustic guitar version of it. I was like, that's racist as fuck, as far as I'm concerned.
Don't want to listen, you just want to dance.
Yeah. But you can't even dance to the acoustic one.
Anyway, so here's Wonderwall.
It's so bad.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. You sent me that clip of the guy who got up on stage with Green Day to play Good Riddance Time of Your Life and started playing Wonderwall instead, and they kicked him off the stage.
Yeah, and Billy Joe Armstrong probably almost murdered him.
No, did you see a clip from the next show where Billy's like playing and he goes, I'm playing this tonight. You lost your privileges.
It's like, you guys cannot behave yourselves.
Oh, amazing. Well, this is my favorite episode. This was such a good
this was a lot of
conversation.
fun.
And yeah,
I was looking
thank you
forward
so
to
much
this
for.
one.
Me too. I was so excited to I actually showed up on time for this podcast today because I was just like, which let me tell you, I never fucking do. Because I was like, I cannot wait to talk to you both about it. And genuinely thank you both so much for being so open-minded, because I know I feel like, as you both mentioned, like my playlist is definitely deviates the most from both yours, but I feel like this was a very like positive conversation, and like, yes, there were definitely tracks that we didn't like of each other's, but I feel like we were still very like civil about it, and still very open to listening to something different. So thank you so much.
And again, I was actively trolling by putting the front bottoms on my playlist. I was actively trolling.
This was another one where I'm like, I'm gonna start ranting about this, and I really hope it's not his favorite song. I can't do this anymore.
At some point.
He was just like, oh god, I'm gonna have to break up with Aaron and stop doing the show.
This is a nightmare for me.
How am I gonna explain this to M?
Yeah.
Amazing.
No, there was literally a point when I was in the car on my like extended rant to myself where I was like, Seth, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. But write some of this down because it's good. It's funny.
It's good content. It's good content.
Amazing. Oh,
all right, friends. So, Seth, you're the next homework assignment assigner. What's our homework?
I have 2 to suggest. Bo, leave me alone for a second. I love you, but leave me alone. We talked a little while ago about The Mummy and how, Brie, you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe we could do that. I also want to read V for Vendetta. I don't like the movie, but I've been told the graphic novel is better. It's up to you guys. I don't own it. I don't know if either of you own it.
So the one caveat I will make is that if we are doing The Mummy, Emily's guest hosting.
That's fair. No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Sure.
Other than that, I'm down for Viva Vendetta. But if we're doing The Mummy, Emily's guest hosting.
Yeah, let's do The Mummy then. It's been a minute since we've had. Yeah,
let's do it.
All right. We need to actually get Brie her bisexual card.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally.
This is a requirement.
It's like
we can talk about.
Here's your hair dye. Here's your golden retriever boyfriend, and here's your copy of The Mummy signed by Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
I have a lot to say about. Yeah, I have a lot to say about Rachel Weisz's brows.
As we all should. So, anyways, that's our assignment for next week. Thank you for joining us. I am TCK Media Productions on most platforms. You can find that Seth23 on the Tiki Otakis shit posting.
I'm sorry.
And the Raccoon Loon herself, Brie, who, has some stuff on the internet going on, but some stuff's on hiatus. But hopefully,
we recorded a new episode today.
Yay!
So stay tuned. Hopefully soon.
Well, if that's the case, go listen to the Game Birds, especially if you love indie games. Anyways, that's our show, and we will see you all next time.